Hello everyone and welcome back. My name's X. We got a really important video for you today, so I want to tell you right now to like and share this video right away. Share it with as many people that have Halo. Just spread the word around because this is pretty cool. So I wanted to cover this. It was something that went out in a Twitter post. They talked about this. It was kind of some cool stuff. So I don't normally do Halo news because so many other YouTubers do it. It's kind of pointless. It's just regurgitated information that I only like to talk about stuff that either was not talked about, was overlooked, just quickly brushed over, not talked fully, or was something that was like misinformation that I needed to debunk and stuff like that. But this time something really cool did come out, and only very few people even decided to bring it up, and when they did, they didn't really cover that much. They just said, oh yeah, they're doing this, and didn't really actually go into detail about it. So I decided to cover it. So there's a post about Halo MCC news that came out recently. It kind of got overlooked with the Halo Reach flight testing, but this is actually probably more important, especially if you guys enjoy custom games. So this little news post here, it said Halo modding was addressed, and that they're happy to see 343's ambitious about it. So there is possibility that modding is coming. They said that they're going to look into that more than likely, but they're going to look into that probably after Halo Reach comes out, and that all the games come to the PC. So once Halo MCC comes to PC and it's fully complete, then they're going to look into modding support. They also talked about the GRD armor that never made it to Halo Reach might possibly come, as well as new 343 era content that might come to legacy games. So even like Halo 2 maybe could have like armor and stuff be brought in. Not just, they didn't say it was just gonna be nameplates and emblems, but they said they were talking about other armor. So this is kind of cool. I was actually wondering about that, if they're gonna ever bring in some of the content that was deleted from previous Halo games that never got made it into full production. If they decide to add it, like that would be cool if they decided to add the Halo CE sword in there, that they never end up doing that, or the camouflaged warthogs, or the Arbiter skin that they were talking about in Halo 3, and a whole bunch of other things that they talked about that they were gonna try and do, and then they never did. I think it was actually in Halo 2 supposed to be a playable elite as the Arbiter, and also that there was supposed to be a playable brutes. Even not, we can still do mod support for that if they do that. But the best one was at the very, very, very end, was the 360 Forge maps and game types can be transferred over once. And so people were like, yeah, they're going to bring over the legacy maps. So I decided to go over to the MCC news that came out June 2019. It was a couple days ago. So they talked about all this new stuff that the guy pretty much gave you spark notes on, but he didn't go into that much detail. The people that are passing the information along did not talk about this whole section right here. This whole thing right here is a whole bunch of great news, that this is why I'm telling you right now, share this video and get it to as many people as possible.
Sure. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part.
So you remember all those maps that we used to play, Duck Hunt, Whack-A-Mole, all those games that used to play back in the day? There is now a way that we could be able to play that. This is going to be a one-time only situation. Remember that video? Let me see if I can go back to it. It was a really old one. Let's see here. It was the MCC development update number 3 that came out not too long ago. But unfortunately, it's or is it? But the thing was about this was that people just skimmed through it. But I was one of the people that people looked at that video and were like, "Wait, what?" And I took note of it, and so I talked about it. And other people were like, "That'd be cool." And that was the custom edition. They were talking about bringing in a custom edition, saying that Sean had brought in some Halo custom edition maps into the MCC. It was working on a pipeline to see if that was possible, and so it was a proof of concept that wasn't part of the near-term scope, but was something a tantalizing idea of wanting to bring that over, an exciting prospect. Well, later on they ended up adding in 45 classic maps with some game types with them too that you can download off the 343 file share.
But it's gonna take more than that to impress me.
Now, just recently, they decided that they're going to go another step further, and they are going to actually find a way. They've finalized a way that they're going to bring over the maps and game types transfer them over. But it's going to take the community to help on this. This is why it's important, because it's not going to just magically happen. You're going to have to actually contribute in this if you want to help get these game types over in these maps. So what they're doing here, and again, just to try to reiterate what they said here, you will not be able to take screenshots, films, or clips with you. There's a couple reasons why. I think like with the films, the films themselves, the full films, they're using, you know, the ability to move around the map and so forth. So that's probably some type of system that they just can't get that to just easily transfer over. It's not like just an MP4. And when it comes to like the film clips, I think they use like some type of Microsoft Silver thing. So I think that's another factor. I'm not 100% sure, but they said, yeah, the films and clips that can carry over. And then when it comes to screenshots, I'm pretty sure the reason why they can't bring it over, the reason why they're not gonna, you know, just say right off the bat, is there's some pictures on there that people put out there that basically we used to put a lot of adult rated content on the file share. So because of that, we can't actually, they more likely want to just be safe and not bring them over. But it's okay, because at least with those ways, there's still other ways you can save it. You can start up Halo 3 or whatever, you can play in a theater mode and then just put Xbox record that, or take screenshots of the screenshots. I know it's kind of redundant, but at least you have a way to save it. But you can at least, now they're going to do is a one-time only. This means that it's more important than the Halo Reach flight testing, which is going to take however long it takes to make it right. But this is a one-time only situation. So they're going to do 2 separate days. One day they're going to bring over the maps, and one day they're going to bring over the game types from Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo 4 from the Xbox 360 file share system. So in order to do this, again, you can play this on the Xbox One and PC of the MCC, but you will need to be on the Xbox One when this happens. So what you need to do is what they said right now. Please begin loading up your file share on each game, both Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo 4 beforehand in preparation for this copy over. Some of us have 24 slots that we can use. Some people have 6 slots that we can use. They can't pull from our local saves. That would actually come from the hard drive, and they just didn't have time to do that stuff. Possibly there's probably a lot of problems with that. So the only way they can pull it is from your file share that's publicly viewable. Anything else that you have that's content saved locally will not be transferred. So if you have it saved but it's not on the public viewable file share, no one can download it. So in order for you to transfer this over, you will need to do that. But it's going to be first the maps, then the game type. So first load up your entire file share with maps, because once they load those over, then you can switch over to the game types. But the maps are most important because they're the hardest. Game types are pretty easy, especially with Halo 3. It's very simple to recreate what you need for that. It's just trial and error, and you can get it all right. But the maps, that's hard. Like, for example, some of these maps were really difficult to build back in the day, and some people have tried recreating it, but it just takes way too much time. This is now a method that we can actually, one time only, be able to transfer everything over. So this is going to be really cool. So in order to do this, you are going to need to go on the file share, put these maps on there, and I say please put in any of the popular ones. I have like a bunch of random maps that I like, that I created and whatnot. I'm not going to carry those over. I'm going to load it up with a lot of the popular ones. I have an entire list here. Let me go up to here. If you guys know my channel, I do Halo Custom Edition or Custom Archive. So I like to talk about all the custom games that existed, and so because of that, as you can see, some of these are lit up red. I have these game types, and I'm putting them on my file share so that they are there. So when the game comes out, or when the transfer happens, we can transfer these over, and I'll have them on my file share. I'm hoping to get as many of them as possible, but again, I can only have 24 for Halo 3. Some people only have 6, but they said if you want to, you can use multiple accounts too, but you have to use those accounts to sign in on them. But yeah, there's Halo 3, there's Halo Reach, and Halo 4. So these are some of them. I just wanted to go down the list here, and so you guys can see them and take a look at them and see ones that if you happen to have, please put it on, because unfortunately something happened recently on the file share system and I can't find a lot of these maps anymore. it'll show up in searches in the file share that they have online for Bungie.net or Halo.Bungie.net, but it's like when you go to that person, it's not on their file share. I noticed that even on mine, it removed a lot of my files all of a sudden. Some of my files, like, they're not gone, but they're removed from the file share. So because of that, they're now missing. So if you guys have this stuff saved, please put it on your file share, because when it does the transfer, that's the only way it's going to come over. And if it doesn't make it, it's probably they're never going to do this again. So it's a one-time only.
Oh, shit!
So it's very important. Again, leave it on there for a full 24 hours when the day comes. I'll even change the name of the title of this video of the 2 days that they're going to do. That way you guys can actually keep track of this when they do finally announce it. So, and I'll probably even do another video when they finally announce that's going to happen, because I really want this. You know, there's YouTubers that do lore like Halo Canon and Halo Hidden Xperia. They like to do lore. There's people that like to talk about competitive Halo like Pestilence and Fabian and all of them. And I am like kind of like spiteful a little bit, where I like custom games. I really love custom games. I used to play a ton of these, and these are ones that I just remember from my list. There's even more out there, but I can't find them all. And if you can find them, please put it on there, because it would be really helpful to be able to have this. Unfortunately, there's very limited maps that I can find here. And so they talked about this again. It's only these maps, maps in game types. Maps first, game types later, or game types are going to come later. And basically, I'll even tell you guys how to do this, the fastest method to trial and error. If you want to help bring over certain maps, look for them and help copy them over. But yeah, some of the maps that are already over that you don't need to bother with are these ones. Let me go to it. So these ones right here, all these maps here are all here. So like, for example, you see here that there is Peasant Hunt. So Peasant Hunt also goes with Random Crypt. There's different variants, so if you like different variants, totally that's fine to go with. But like something like Distortion, if you know that map, it's a pretty cool map. And if you have that, like, again, this is Peasant Hunt. So if you guys remember this one where you fall down and you got to run through this maze, and I think now in Halo 5 they call it Minotaur. But yeah, if you guys remember this is the map. They already have this over, but there might be some people that prefer Lost Chambers or Forgotten Crypt. And if that's the case, what you want to do is you want to if you want those ones, you can save it on there. But otherwise, try to find ones that aren't already copied over and see if you can do that, because there's certain ones I can't find. For example, there's one called Fort Infection, and I can't find this anywhere. There's a really cool one on Standoff, and I can't find this map anymore. It used to have like all these turrets up on a wall. It felt like a scene out of Starship Troopers, and the zombies were really slow, or sometimes it depended on the variant. Sometimes they were really fast too, and they would slowly deteriorate your wall and break it and start destroying it, and you would have to start falling back into the compound and just holding off for dear life. It was really fun. It was really cool to play on this, but this is the only video I can find of it. Nothing of this exists anymore. And then on top of that, another one that I cannot find, I tried looking all over the place, is this one called it says Zombie Invincible. I don't know why it's called that, but it's actually called Con Quarantine, and the person that has it doesn't have it on their file share anymore, so it's gone. But what's really cool was it was a way where there was a bunch of teleporters that could teleport you outside of the map, and it was really cool because you could go all over the place. I even extended it to all other random places too, but it was a really cool infection map, and I can't find it anymore. Luckily, this one I can recreate if I need to, but it would be really cool if you know, people can find this, put it on their file share, and make sure that these game types survive and live on, because this is the one way we have a chance to replay these cool maps. Unfortunately, after that, it's all gone. So yeah. Some of the ones though, like for example, like I'm going to show here, Night Rail, he's a really cool guy. He lets me use some of his videos for Halo Custom Archive. I haven't done that in a while, but I will do more of these when I finish with the Halo Controversy series. I'm going to do a ton more of these. And one of these like is Bullfight. If you guys remember this, it's like on Foundry and the bull's chasing after you and trying to run you over and try to kill you. Well, cool part is you can find that if you want to type in like, see for example, I tried and type in Fort and I can't find it. It's not on here. It might be Fort Uber, I don't know. It might be that, but I'll have to check. It's gonna take a long time. But if you type in Bullfight, there's a whole bunch of these. But here's something you need to remember when you're looking up these maps, because something I found out that makes it a little bit tricky to find these maps and find the people that it goes to and so forth is you have to trial and error this so much. For example, look, I'm gonna type in I am legend. There's a whole bunch of I am legends. Let's even like, you can narrow it down in here. It's a Foundry, and you have a whole bunch here. So you already have a bunch here, but now you gotta find which one's the next one. So, or which ones are the right ones. So you have these three. So that's Sexy Girl, BR Destroyer. You know, try all these ones, because what you're gonna notice here is, yep, see, that person doesn't exist. Sometimes even their gamer tag isn't even there. But in this case, it doesn't find him. So can't use him, can't use him, can't use him. So now we only have one person, BR Destroyer. So we go to BR Destroyer, and he at least has it. He has Robert Neville, which is the game type, and the map. So I downloaded that and I got that. But you have to do that. Unfortunately, you have to go through a bunch of these, because some of them might not even be there anymore. It got sometimes removed from people's file shares, or they changed their gamer tag, so you cannot find it anymore, and they don't update this anymore, so you can't download it this way. So you need to use a different method in order to download this. So if you want to help contribute and help spread the word and pass this around and get this going, if you want to help look for some of these maps that I have on here that you guys can reference and look at in the video, and stop and take a look at it, take a look at them. Whatever it's going to be, whatever the name's going to be, like say Ice Cream Man, what you're going to do is go to the, go here, type it, enter it in, and then you have like a couple you can choose here. Choose these game types, or choose the person. You can also possibly, let's see, yeah, we can't find that guy, can't find that guy. So we can try, looking up these guys. And see if, like, Ice Cream Man. So we got 20 tags, so there might be other names that they go by, and we can find a whole bunch of these. So what we can do again is narrow down the search. You have to go through this site. Let me find it. Hold on, let me see. Foundry. Okay, there we go. So, oh yeah, shoot, that's it. Wow, that's unfortunate. But yeah, see, that's what makes it really hard to find some of these maps. Like, for example, Concord. Let's see, can we find it? Yeah, see, it's gonna show up one time. Oh, what the heck? That's weird. Oh no, because I put it on here, that's why. Okay, but yeah, see, this is the map. But if I click on this person, it's this is how you can tell before you bother even looking up the person's gamer tag if they still even have it. I looked all over. This is an earlier version build, or the later version, or a different variant, but that used the quarantine one, but the original one, the quarantine, is no longer there. I can't find it, so there's no point in looking up this guy because he doesn't have it. But if you have it in your file share, definitely put it in. But if you find the person and he does happen to have it, so say we go with Bullfight, and you find the person that you're supposed to go for, and you know which map it's supposed to be, so it's supposed to be on Foundry. Well, that's interesting. Usually there's more than that, more search results than that. Let's see, search. So yeah, we got some Bullfight, Bullring, all of them. So you can go to these guys, verify first by going to their files that they exist, or that they still have them. And then once you verify that they have them, yeah, Bullring, Matador. Matador is actually one of the game types possibly. But yeah, you have them here. And what you can do here is, once you know that he like say Sleeping Dragon, we know that he has it. What you do here is, let me see if I can find the video here. There's a video that usually shows how to do this. Let's see, it doesn't have it here, so let me just type it in. How to download Halo 3 maps. You can watch this guy's video. It's Toast Bomb Halo. This is how you do it after they did that update and you can't download straight from here anymore. You can't sign into your account and download it. So what you can do, again, also remember, you can search here your gamer tags or Halo 3 files, and that's how you can get to this thing. So go to this website, halo.bungie.net, search here, go to Halo 3 files or Halo Reach files if you're looking through Halo Reach. Halo 4 is a little bit easier because of the fact that you can do the Halo waypoint, and you can even do the website or on there, but it works. So it's easier to download the maps and everything, so it's a lot faster. This is going to be a little bit harder. So what you're going to do here is you have to load up your old Halo. You can't use Halo MCC. You have to load up the old Halos, and even you can do this on Xbox One. The same method he's doing here, he's doing it on 360 because this is back in like 2013. So, but I can still tell you how they do it with the Xbox One. It's the same exact way. You start it up, it's gonna look just like this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna hit Friends. And when you hit friends, it's going to load up a menu. It's not going to look like this one. Theirs is going to look a little different. See, he can go straight to chat, but you're going to have to, if you use the Xbox One, go over one to the right, and down there say invite to private chat. It's pretty much the same thing, though. Once you do that, once you go to chat, which in this case he has to load it up, so he has to select it, but it'll load right up for you to type in the gamer tag. You might need to be case sensitive. Some of these gamer tags I look up, for some reason, they fail when I try to look up their gamer tag sometimes if I don't type it with a capital or a lowercase for certain letters. I don't know why, it just does that. But you type in the gamer tag, you fill out their name like MLG game types if that's what you want. Hit send, and when you hit send, it stays here momentarily and then it goes away. So you need to click on his name of that person and then go over to view profile. And then once you go to view profile, it'll load up and it'll say file share. Once you go to file share, these are the maps that it's going to pull from. So all these game types are where it's going to pull from, and you can only pull up 24. You can't pull all your files unless you have multiple accounts. And also, you have to be online on Halo MCC the day this occurs. I think that's what they said, or it has to be like around that time or whatnot for them to load into your gamer tag. So they're going to pull from your gamer tag from Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo 4, and they're going to carry it over. So once it does that, you're gonna you want to have your account signed into, but again, don't touch these for 24 hours on the day that it says it's going to happen. Once that happens, it's set in stone and you don't want to mess with it, so that'll carry over. But it's going to pull all those maps over, and this is again where you can search for people that you're going to look for to try and find these maps. When you go through it, find the person you're looking for, and then once you do that, you're going to want to then download them. Again, sometimes it's going to take a while to load the file share. It's a little bit slow now, and it's going to fail a couple times. It will happen. I've tested it out myself, and it does take some time. It's going to be a little bit glitchy. It's going to fail a couple times. It's going to say can't connect to the server like 2 or 3 times, but then it'll eventually go through. And also, when you download, don't back out and just assume it's going to download. A couple times it'll say it failed, and you have to press it again. So both loading up the server for the file share and downloading it are going to fail a couple times sometimes. Sometimes right away it works perfectly, sometimes it does not. I cleared out a whole bunch of my old screenshots that I saved to my Xbox and whatnot, or saved to my PC, so I cleared out those screenshots and I made room for this, so that way I can download as many files as possible. So I have all these files here, and what you can do is, once you do that, just put it onto your file share afterwards. You can press, I believe on your controller, you press start, go over to settings or something like that, go to, but anyways, go to the part where it says file share, and that's where you can load in your files. Load it up with as many files as you can, and what you can do is this way we can save it. They are also, if you're worried about space on your file share, guess what? In order to accommodate this, because they want this to happen, they've increased your file share space, so it's going to get a much larger for a bunch of us. We're going to be getting a lot more room in order for this to transfer over. So again, yeah, you won't be able to screenshots, films, clips. That's not going to happen, unfortunately. But that's how it's going to work. But yeah, this is again how you get the maps. There's no work required beyond uploading your files to your file share on all 3 games. After that, we will make sure that they get to the same gamer tag. Simply log into your MCC on Xbox when the date drops, and the maps and game types will be copied down for you. For PC players who have maps in the legacy titles, you will need to load into MCC on Xbox after the update to make these available. All these maps and game types that have been copied over will be found in your local files. So you will have them after the state happens, but you're gonna have to do this twice. So after the maps are over, there's gonna be one for the game type. So once you get all the maps over and you're like, yeah, I got all the maps, go back through Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo 4 and add the game types. Please do this if you can, and hit me up on this, because this would be really cool. We can do a whole bunch of nostalgia nights. We can have like a ton of live stream fun nights. We can all play custom games together. It's gonna be brilliant, and this is why it's so important to share this, because this is a chance for us to all be able to enjoy some of the original custom games that were from back in the day that right now they can't recreate. Some of the maps that I'm really struggling to find, besides that, I went down the list here, and unfortunately some of them I just cannot find. I'm just not having much luck luck with it. Just like what's it called, Space Station. This is another one. It's a modded one. It's a really cool one, and unfortunately I can't find it anymore. Let me go back here to this guy, Halo 3 Space Station. It's a really cool map. The same guy does these YouTube videos back in the day. Is really cool. He's still around, but yeah, it's really cool. And unfortunately, I can't find this game type. I know that it's a modded map because it has multiple elephants on it, but the infection, what they did is they took rocket launchers and they would shoot and try and kill you, and if you're infected, yeah, basically what you try to do is you try to knock down the elephants, and when you knock them down, the humans are trying to stay on top of them, so they have to jump from one to another, and they have to work together, and we used to like sometimes all like cluster up together in one spot and all fire at the front of the elephant, and we'd be like, fire, and all of a sudden just like knock them over and then watch them fall to the ground. But I cannot find this. I thought I had it saved in my file share. It's not there anymore. So if you guys do happen to have this, please put it on your file share, and hit me up if you have it and whatnot. Hit me up if you have any of these cool game types that I'm struggling to find, because yeah, I've had some trouble finding some of these already, and I've been going through Halo 3. I haven't even touched Halo Reach or Halo 4 yet, and I'm still going through the list here. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think I'm still looking for Omega Journey. I have Saber Journey and Dig to China. I think I might have got Omega Journey. Michael Myers, I think I found that one. But Michael Jackson, I can't find it. I've looked everywhere for this one, and I cannot find it, you guys. I have tried so hard to find this one, and I'm struggling to find it. Like, let me see if I can go back to view here. Let's see if I can do another one. There's a couple names it went by. There's Michael Jackson. Let's see what pulls up. I have to type that again. Okay, Michael Jackson. Okay, so I go here. I try to look it up. The game type's here, but even though it's there, the guy's gone. And unfortunately, I tried other ones to see what maps put on maps here. So it was on Foundry that I know the map was on. But yeah, Dark Lord Manor is one of them. But I tried looking up Dark Lord, and unfortunately, all he has is screenshots. The map here, I think it was here, it's gone. It got pulled. That was the original map, I believe. And then Neverland Ranch was an upgraded version by this guy, KPJT Dragon 360. Look that one up. He's gone. So unfortunately, that's another one I'm struggling with. I can't find that one. I tried going through these for Infection, or the Fortress. Can't find it. Just going down the list trying to find different ones. Lost Chamber was actually it's like just a different variant of Random Crypt that I showed you guys over here. Random Crypt is this one. But yeah, Distortion, if you guys know that one. Let me show it here. Halo 3 Distortion. This one it's a really cool map. It's some people hate it, some people like it. It's kind of nauseating for some people, but basically you're jumping around the map and everything's slanted. Some people say it's a modded map, some people just say they're geo-merged, but it's a cool map, and they've already transferred it over, so you don't need to worry about this. So you don't have to worry about certain maps unless you like a certain variant of it. Otherwise, don't bother with it, because there's so many ones that need to get over. If you could help transfer these over, this would be huge. Yeah, let's there was just, I'm so excited. I hit up Postums to see if we can clarify on this, because I was just not sure, because it said you had 100 files in your file share when I was trying to download maps. I'm like, wait, I have 100 I can transfer over? And it goes, no, it has to be whatever's publicly viewable. Anything else can't. And if you want to get 100 files over, you're gonna have to use multiple accounts. Also, if the account doesn't log in, they will not be placed into the account's local storage in the MCC. So all these accounts that have these files saved, but the person no longer plays on Xbox or whatnot anymore, they will not transfer over. So you will need this. Even Forge Labs is pretty excited about this. He said he tweeted about this a few days ago. So this is huge. If you guys want to help contribute on this, this is really going to be awesome. Again, I've tried everything I can think of, but unfortunately, some of these maps are just not, like, I'm not having any luck finding them at all. Let's see, what are the ones I was having struggles finding? There was, yeah, a whole bunch of these I was trying to look for. Let's see which ones. I'm just going through the list here. I think Bull Run I was also having struggles finding. I'm not sure if you guys remember Bull Run. It was a really fun map to play back in the day on Rat's Nest. You basically, when you run from the players, it was really cool. Yeah, it's like this was the map, and you had like bulls chasing after you, and like the humans would just run, and they had like red coloring, and the bulls would chase after them. I'm struggling trying to find that one for some reason. I haven't found that one yet. I'm still looking for that. What other ones are here? But yeah, as you can see down the list here, these are just a lot of the ones I'm looking for. I'm not having much luck for it, and I'm just hoping that I can find them. But yeah, if you guys can find them, if you guys can find these, please add them. I found Bart's Manor, so I have that one in there. That's pretty cool. I got Sniper Pit. That's right. I think I have that one. That was a cool map too. I need to put that as copy done. But yeah, if you can find these or other cool ones that I might not even have on this list, copy them over to your file share on Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo 4, and put them on there and just get the word out. Again, like this video, share it, whatever you can to get it to out to as many people out there, so they can come to the MCC so that we can play this. Think about this: with mod support, old custom games, eventually the custom game browser. I haven't heard much word from that, but that's supposed to be coming. If we have all that and we can play with PC and Xbox on custom games together and have a great time, imagine how much fun that's gonna be. It's gonna make the wait for Halo Infinite feel like nothing. It's gonna be a breeze being able to play all this stuff. I really want to play some of these old classics again, so if you guys can help out, this would be huge. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up because it hit like 30 minutes here, but I'm just so excited for this. Please help us get these copied over. I'm going to copy over as many as possible, but again, make sure you check the person's account so you don't waste time typing in their gamer tag and then find out that the file isn't there. This is the only way you find out, is when you type in their name and then you go to their file, and you can find out if they actually have the file or not. But that's going to wrap it up for you guys. If you guys have any more questions, concerns, comment them down below. Let me know what you think. Anyways, I'm pretty excited. Hopefully we get a lot of these custom creations to come back, because I can't wait to play these again and have a great time with you guys. Anyways, you all have a great day. Peace.
Drop the bass. One.